Hello, everybody. Welcome to Academic Women Reclaim Your Powers interviews with academic women entrepreneurs. Today, we welcome Drkerstinpalombaro, and she's going to tell us all about her entrepreneurial enterprise. So let's start. Kirsten, welcome, and it's so excited to have you here. And let's start with you telling us a bit about yourself and your academic career. And start at the beginning. Where did you get your degree and what is it in?
So my initial degree, my bachelor's was in psychology, and I got that at St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia. I became a psychology major primarily because I was interested in the cognitive processes around health and wellness. And I knew I wanted to become a physical therapist. So that degree allowed me to examine cognitive processes related to health while still taking my science classes so that I could go to physical therapy school. So I have my master's in science in physical therapy from Columbia University in New York City. And that is my entry-level degree. So that's the degree that allows me to practice as a physical therapist. And then I got my PhD in physical therapy with a concentration in public health from Temple University here in Philadelphia.
And so you live in Philadelphia. Is this where you work as an academic?
I work as an academic in Chester, Pennsylvania, which is a city just below the Philadelphia airport. And I work at Widener University.
Okay, that's wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your experience working in academia.
Well, my experience working in academia has been very interesting and varied because in healthcare, sometimes adjuncts, we don't tend to get treated in the way that other adjuncts are treated because most of us are maintaining a clinical practice when we're adjuncting. And so I began adjuncting at Widener University and another local university, teaching in my areas of expertise and areas of osteoporosis and aging and chronic pain and health and wellness. And then I began to work part-time, regular part-time at Widener University. They hired me on as a 20-hour-a-week employee, and that was really great when my older daughter was small. And then I shifted to tenure track in 2010. I've had tenure since 2015 at Widener. And my experience in academia in general has been supportive within my department. We're a female-dominated profession, and so a lot of what some of my colleagues in more male-dominated departments, we just don't experience that. We're physical therapists, and so we're all pretty collegial. We tend to help each other out. Broader experience within academia is a mixed bag, as many people experience. I think budget cuts, we're all experiencing that who are still in academia, whether that's impacting quality of life in terms of merit pay and cost of living increases in pay, whether that's being asked to do more and more, particularly during the pandemic, with less and less, and maybe at the expense of your own health and wellness. And so it's constantly recalibration for me. I feel like I can't be a very good physical therapist and teaching physical therapy if I am not taking care of myself as well.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's my understanding that you're tenured also.
Yes, I
Yeah,
am tenured.
yeah.
And that process, again, it was fairly straightforward within my college, which is a college made up of health and wellness. I'm in the College of Health and Human Services Professions at Widener University. And so physical therapy, occupational therapy, psychology, social work, we're all helping professions, and it's a pretty clear pathway to getting tenure. There tends to be more open faculty positions in these areas as well, because many people don't have PhDs. And so you are in a more powerful position than you would be, unfortunately, with some of my colleagues in the arts and sciences. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your motivations to becoming an entrepreneur.
Well, I think that primarily I was feeling a bit stagnant, and I was feeling a bit stagnant throughout 2018, 2019, my mom was having a health crisis. And so that really kind of caused me to look at my own life in sharp relief, and examine like what did I value and what didn't I value. And then the pandemic happened, and we all had a lot of time on our hands sitting at home.
Right.
And so it gave me a lot of time to think about that. I think part of the reason that I was interested in entrepreneurship and was mainly because as a physical therapist, we we I'm a doer, right? I like to do things. I think this is part of what makes academia sometimes painful. We sit in meetings and we talk a lot about things, and then there's no action, right? And I just want to say, and so let's take the next step and do the thing. But we have to talk about it for several meetings before we come up with an action plan to do the thing down the road. And so I feel that being an entrepreneur allows me to take control of what I want to do, and allows me to have an area of my life in which I'm controlling like how much we're doing, and what you're doing and when, and to be able to take my life in a direction that is mine to choose. Yeah.
So tell us all about your business.
So I have a small health and wellness practice. I see physical therapy clients for traditional physical therapy care. And then I also have health and wellness clients. My clients primarily are in the area of chronic pain. I work with patients in a holistic manner to help to reduce chronic pain, both with alternative methods of healing pain, as well as traditional exercise and nutrition. I work with them on mindset and cognitive behavioral processes to help to reduce pain as well. So I see some clients here in the Philadelphia area. And I also do some coaching of clinicians who wish to work and develop programs to also serve clients with chronic pain. And so I do that with another physical therapist that I'm friends with, Joe Tata, and he is a physical therapist in New York State. And we have run the Pain Innovator Project. And so what we've done is we've collected clinicians, not just physical therapists. They have an idea. We've talked them through creating just a problem gap hook, and then creating a protocol, and then taking a client through a protocol and then writing that up. And that write-up might be to publish it, or that write-up might be so they can put the write-up on their website to garner more interest in their program, or that write-up might be to convince their boss to continue to expand this program. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to say, I helped you get started. We
Yes.
had 2 clients by the time we finished our time together. I can't tell you how excited I am to see how your business has grown. I remember when you told me that you partnered with that man, and that you were starting these programs as well. And it's my understanding the last time I spoke to you that you were able to reach your financial goals with your side business. Is that right?
I absolutely was. And I don't know, I'm just blown away by the help that you gave me and the support that you gave me. It was a very supportive, nurturing, and positive environment. I always felt like, I had action steps to take, and I took the action. There were a few weeks, let's be honest, where I did not take the action. It took me a couple of weeks to get it together. So I'm here telling you about how physical therapists like to take action, and you're probably laughing knowing there were a few weeks where I did not meet my goals, but it also just gave me the confidence to, just think about who I wanted to reach and what I wanted to do. And so during that time, I wrote my book too, Cancer Sur-Thrive-al, which was a guidebook for
I
cancer
remember
patients.
that.
And
Yeah.
so it was for patients living with cancer, and it was kind of a quick start guide. And so right now I'm in the process of converting that into a course for clinicians in terms of exercise, nutrition, and alternative health for patients with cancer.
The sky is the limit.
It is.
So, what advice can you give to budding and academic women entrepreneurs?
Well, I think the first thing is to ask a lot of questions of people that you see doing what you want to do. And I felt a little shy about doing this. And because I felt like I should have already known, right? But I didn't know, because let's be honest, if I could go back to 18-year-old Kirsten, I would tell her to maybe take a business course. And those literature courses were really fun, and I love to
Yeah.
read books, but I could have gotten the syllabus and I could have read those books on my own, and I could have taken a business class. And so I asked a lot of friends who were running their own businesses, how do you run your own business, right? I didn't know. And I think the other thing is joining supportive groups. I think your group is a great support for people who are trying to connect, for women trying to connect and expand their entrepreneurial spirit and grow a business or start a business. And I think the other thing is to not be afraid. I had a lot of fear, and I'm not used to feeling not confident. So,
Yeah.
but I think that I felt that my lack of business knowledge really made me nervous to take a step.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I invested in business courses a little bit too late in my life. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to tell academic women?
I think that we need to always support each other. If you see one of your colleagues struggling, first of all, I think you should send them over to Gina's group. I think that that is a good first step. But I think the other thing is to be honest about our own stories. One of my colleagues has been really honest about how she maybe prioritized her career to the expense of her family, and how she realizes now that some of the things she thought were going to be really important in her career weren't. And so I think that constantly reevaluating where you're at with your career, and what's the most important is key. But sharing that with other women, particularly those that are starting out. So if you're a little further in your career, reaching out to those women that are just starting out to say, hey, I thought these 3 things were going to really make or break my career, and they were not important. And maybe, this is where you can, shift to focus on your own personal life too.
Exactly, exactly. So, Kirsten, why don't you tell all the academic women listening how they can contact you if they happen to live in the greater Philadelphia area and they need your services?
So I can be reached by email at Drkerstinpalombaro, it's all one word, at gmail.com.
Mhm.
My business is Lotus Wellness and Physical Therapy, and my book is Cancer Sur-Thrive-al, a guidebook for patients, and that can be found on Amazon.
Okay, and then when I develop the final version of this, I'll definitely have a slide available for everybody so
Thank
that
you.
they can get this further. Kirsten, it's been really great speaking with you today, really great catching up with you, and good luck with your business and good luck with your academic career.
Thank you.
Okay.